Harbor hush, low tide and lanterns hung, a ledger opens, scalloped names in ink and dust, mothers break the bread with blues.
She was the editor.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was
This project has really brought to the forefront the importance of saving material and documenting what this organization does. We've looked at minutes and things from the early 1800s and the time and effort, commitment that the original members put into this organization, developing, and reinforces the responsibility that we have to continue this important work.
In Charleston, history is never far away. It lives in brick and iron, in handwritten pages, in names written carefully into minutes, in buildings that survive long after the people who built them have passed. But some histories are not only remembered, they are carried. On July 15, 1801, members of Charleston's Jewish community formed an organization with a clear purpose: to help widows, orphans, and children of poor families. 1 year later, in 1802, it was incorporated as Abi Yatomen Ubne Ebionim, meaning the Society for the Relief of Orphans and Children of Indigent Parents. That organization became the Hebrew Orphan Society of Charleston. To understand the Hebrew Orphan Society, we begin not only with a building but with records, minutes, correspondence, scholarship documents, evidence of care that was not casual but organized, not temporary but generational.
We're in special collections in Edelstone Library, the College of Charleston, as part of the Jewish Heritage Collection, which documents over 300 years of Jewish history in South Carolina. We have some of the records of the Hebrew Orphan Society, dating back to around its origin in the early 1800s. So we have minutes, we have records of correspondence, we have information about scholarships they've offered, and really kind of all kinds of documentation, kind of tracking the history of their charitable giving.
The documents tell a story of people who knew that compassion needed structure. They were not simply moved by the suffering of children. They made a system to answer it. In 1833, the Society purchased the building at 88 Broad Street. Over time, the address became one of the visible symbols of the Society's work in Charleston. It was a meeting place, a home base, a place connected to charity, Jewish communal life, and the effort to give children a better chance.
Behind me, you see the Hebrew Orphan Society building on 88 Broad Street in Charleston, South Carolina, home of the original Hebrew Orphan Society. No orphans were housed there, but it's been used by synagogues for a meeting place and also to help orphans get home where they thought they would have the best chance for success. Pretty exciting to see it still alive here in 2026, 225 years later.
The building matters because it gives memory a shape. But the Hebrew Orphan Society was never only about walls. It was about judgment. Where would a child be safest? Where would a child grow? Where would a child have the best chance to become whole? The answer was not always an institution. Often the answer was family, education, support, and community. Across more than 2 centuries, names changed, leadership changed, the size of the organization changed, the needs around it changed, but the center held. In Jewish life there is a phrase, tikkun olam, often understood as repairing the world. For the Hebrew Orphan Society, that idea became action.
The people and the names have changed and the size of the organization's changed, but the single focus of the organization has always been to leave the place a better place, tikkun olam, and to help the children, not just the Jewish children of Charleston, but all children.
That is the heart of the story. A Jewish charitable organization rooted in Charleston, serving from Jewish values, but looking outward, toward children, toward families, toward anyone whose future could be changed by help given at the right time. Charity can begin with emotion, but to last for 225 years, it must become discipline. The Hebrew Orphan Society survived because generations of members accepted responsibility. They preserved records, they gave time, they raised funds, they studied needs, they passed the obligation forward.
the Hebrew Orphan Society by way of volunteering and financial assistance and trying to encourage others. That is the essence of what we hope to achieve. But it's a tough road, and we keep trudging along and hope that the 225 years will be ultimately 450 years and more. That's why I'm so proud to be a member and an active participant in the Hebrew Orphan Society of Charleston.
225 years is not an accident. It is a relay. One generation hands the work to the next, and the next decides whether the promise is still worth keeping. Even the Society's membership tells a story of continuity and change. Members speak about the symbolic importance of the number 18 in Jewish tradition. 18 is associated with chai, meaning life. In one interview, members recall the organization's early male membership and the later inclusion of women, eventually creating a broader leadership body.
Women came into this later. Men started the organization, but the women were brought in later. So I probably am one of, not the first, but one of the first of many. And now there's a really nice group of us who are members, and everybody's friends, which is so nice. And it's a wonderful group.
A society founded in 1801 could not remain frozen in 1801. Its survival depended on memory, but also on adaptation. The question was never simply, how do we preserve what was? The question became, how do we make what was matter now? As Charleston changed, the Society's mission evolved. The earliest work focused on widows, orphans, and children of indigent parents. Today, that legacy continues through education, scholarships, charitable giving, and support for young people who need opportunity. In one archival moment captured in the transcripts, members look at a fall 1994 photograph and identify what appear to be early scholarship recipients.
Who's that guy in the middle?
I think that's Miles.
Edgar Miles?
Mm-hmm. They must be the first scholarship winners.
So what year is that?
They're Jewish.
I see the names. That one looks like a good year.
Fall 94.
94. Can you see the names there?
Jenny Shumate of Camden, Nicole DeSalvo of Columbia, Christy Campy of Manning, Han Yen of Rock Hill.
The language has changed, but the purpose has not. Help a child stand. Help a student continue. Help a young person see a path that might otherwise be closed.
It's an academic scholarship. We've gotten heart-rending payback in terms of satisfaction when they have sometimes come to our meetings to tell us how much they appreciated it and how it made a difference in their life. You know, that's just everything that's so wonderful.
The measure of the work is not only found in ledgers, it is found in what happens after the check is written. A student stays enrolled. A family breathes easier. A young person discovers that someone believes in them.
Not all Jewish children are born with a silver spoon in their mouths. My parents came to America with one suitcase and $200 in their pocket. We want our kids to be able to have the opportunities, and a scholarship gives people opportunities to succeed in the world. By having the scholarship, we're sort of opening up our eyes as much as we're going to open the eyes of young people to help them think about the opportunities that they could have.
That is the bridge between 1801 and today. Care is no longer only bread, clothing, and shelter. Sometimes care is tuition. Sometimes it is a credential. Sometimes it is the first step toward a life a student could not yet imagine. For students, education can mean more than academics. It can mean leaving home, entering a different world, learning how to carry your own story into a larger one.
Going from a rural area like Hollywood, South Carolina, to attending a four-year university in Rock Hill, South Carolina, definitely was a culture shock. A four-year university where it essentially is considered like a culture pot of different diverse cultures and more ethnicities and more people. A lot of the things that I consider normal were now considered different. And a lot of things that people consider normal, to me, were considered different. Also, being understanding of the fact that we're all different, we all come from different backgrounds, was something that helped me just pioneer my experience at Winthrop University and living in a different city. And I understood that, you know, we're all human beings at the end of the day.
The Society's work is not only about helping students arrive somewhere, it is about helping them become ready for the world they enter. The Hebrew Orphan Society's modern impact also reaches into Jewish education and leadership. Through partnerships and support, the work continues in schools, youth programs, and families.
So, student engagement and leadership doesn't end with graduation from Addlestone Hebrew Academy. It's a lifelong journey. My oldest son, Benjamin, is active in our Jewish community even after graduating because of the foundation that he received there. What we get from Addlestone and having partners like the Hebrew Orphan Society help keep kids engaged and educated and thriving is what we really need to keep our Jewish community strong.
A child educated in community may become a teenager who leads. A teenager who leads may become an adult who serves. And service becomes inheritance.
So I'm council president of SCC BBYO, and we're so honored to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the Hebrew Orphan Society. In our region, we have about 600 teens, and being council president means that I get to oversee South Carolina and parts of Georgia. So I get to help chapter presidents, and we get to help our chapters thrive and make programs so other teens can have fun. My family has a long history with both BBYO and the Hebrew Orphan Society. Like, my grandparents helped restore the Hebrew Orphan Society house and have helped BBYO, served as the presidents for generations.
I really enjoy just being part of our history, our Jewish history of Charleston, and you meet so many new Jewish teens, and you get to be a leader. And when you're able to go to these larger conventions with other people that are not from Charleston, it's really nice to be part of something bigger.
That phrase, something bigger, may be the most honest definition of legacy. The Hebrew Orphan Society began with children in need. It continues through students, families, volunteers, archives, schools, scholarships, and teenagers discovering that history is not behind them. It is asking something of them. Founded July 15, 1801, incorporated in 1802 as Abi Yatomin Ubne Ebyonim, created to relieve widows, orphans, and children of indigent parents. The Hebrew Orphan Society of Charleston has endured because each generation found a way to answer the same question: who needs us now?
That's why I'm so proud to be a member and an active participant in the Hebrew Orphan Society of Charleston.
In Charleston, where history is written in stone, the Hebrew Orphan Society reminds us that the most lasting monument is not always a building. Sometimes it is a promise kept.